Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight.
Let's go!
Third! The Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No.
And of course, you're gonna get the Coffins.
Hey, yo, and away we go. Happy Wednesday to one and all. And welcome back to the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. I don't know how, but I fixed the background. We are a go. I didn't even need my Elgato program to fix it. OBS did it. So let's give a big thumbs up to OBS for, me just actually having to look for a solution rather than just dealing with it. But hope everybody's doing well here today. Big shout out to Nats fan who is currently at Dynamite tonight over in Norfolk, Virginia. And my God, does he have a card? Does he have a card to check out tonight? Not only do we get that all-star 8-man tag with the Bucks, Okada, and Ricochet taking on Omega, Ricochet, and I believe it's it's pretty bad. I when you have a complete blank out right before you want to open your mouth there. I know we got Kyle Fletcher and Hangman Page taking on the winner getting to take on Bruv. Oh yeah, we get Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Mike Bailey, and Mark Briscoe. There we go. God dang it, that was hard to get out of my brain here. And then, just randomly out of the blue, if you guys didn't see it, on the Turner Classic Movies channel last Sunday, Toni Storm was a special guest as they were doing a marathon on TV, and she issued an open challenge for this Wednesday on Dynamite. Miyu Yamashita decided, I'm going to take up that challenge, so let's just randomly throw a third potentially 5-star match going on tonight. Like, this has the makings of one of those pay-per-view worthy WWE always thinks they got the top, but AEW's got the top kind of shows. Like, if all things work out, plus there's some spoilers for what's happening in the back. Hey, Jaron, how you doing here tonight? Nice of you to drop in. We're doing a little watch along here coming up at the top of the hour here for AEW Dynamite. We got some of the big news that's dropped today. A lot of weird stuff going on. I'd have to say the biggest one. The biggest news, and I don't know if you want to consider it positive. You have to look at it and just try to figure out, really? And that's our new wrestling promotion here in North America, which is supposed to be a major wrestling promotion in North America. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, it's Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan starting up Real American Freestyle Wrestling. So I don't know if this is actual pro wrestling or if this is like the Greco-Roman style, and they want to get the Olympic wrestling into an actual pro sport. They have a trainer of a bunch of UFC fighters as a part that's with this here. I still don't think, I just don't think it's going to get off the ground. Leveling up with Maya and Dev says, hey, nice. Oh, I wanted to show you guys what just came in the mail. I'll be honest, I went to go pick this up on Friday. Nobody in town has a physical copy of it. It seems that everybody just picked up all their pre-sales and that's all they had. But yeah, no. Just picked this up. It's not going to show that well because it is Xbox. But I got my City of the Wolves in yesterday. So this week's a little tight for getting into it. I got so many things on the go here right now. A lot more than I expected. But I'm hoping to get a little bit more into that next week. And then May, I got a whole bunch of surprises for you guys. And first one's going to come tomorrow. But yeah, we got a lot of games we're going to get into. That's one of them. Split Fiction, I'm hoping, is another one. We're probably going to be doing some co-op by GM here. But yeah, just wrestling fans are eating good. Video game fans are feeling good. Fighting game fans are feeling good. As shitty as the real world is right now, everybody's feeling good here tonight. Like, really, if you take the pluses and ignore the minuses, there are a lot of pluses here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out City of the Wolves here. I am going to get a little bit back into Street Fighter here, closer to the June 5th release of Elena, which as soon as I heard Elena was back, I just had flashbacks of Street Fighter 3, and I am dying to get back into that game. It's been a while, and I really need to get back into it, so yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Just like wrestling's a lot of fun right now. We got so many things going on. Double or Nothing's coming up in a couple weeks. We're getting a 4-hour AEW show on May 14th. Beach Break featuring Jon Moxley and Samoa Joe for the world title. And you got to know they got a bunch of surprises coming up. I know that they got a couple surprises maybe in the back for tonight, but we'll see what happens here. If one of them comes out the way I think it will, or one way that it could work, as we want to get, it seems like WWE does something a little, or sorry, AEW does something a little bit quicker than WWE does. So if that's the case, I'm really hoping what I hope happens here tonight. No spoilers for anybody here in the chat, so. But what are you guys looking forward to most tonight? Like, we got a lot of great stuff coming. Are we doing the 8-man first? Yep. This makes sense. You put Fletcher and Hangman as your main event tonight. Then you put Mayu Iwatani and Tony Storm at the top of the second hour. So anybody that still does channel flipping will get to see them. But what about AEW? Like, literally. Could just randomly throw out 8 people here, and there's a potential for a 5-star match. Oh, it's Kevin Knight. That's what it is. It's Kevin. Ospreay's not involved in this one because he'll be showing up after the main event. It's Kevin Knight, Speedball Bailey, Mark Briscoe, and Kenny Omega. I love the fact that they alternate who gets what music to come out to for this. And I don't know if anybody's ever noticed it before, but typically you'll have Speedball, instead of high-fiving you, he'll high-leg you. So and this crowd is just dying for Kenny right now. It's just special to have Kenny Omega out here, right? No, it's the best way to explain it. It's like when I had to pick up my wrestlers for 2K. It just felt good to have Kenny around. But yeah, like we're inevitably getting towards Okada Omega title for title over at All In. I think we're all sort of pretty much assuming that's what's going to happen here. I'm guessing the reason they're doing Samoa Joe versus John Moxley at Beach Break is the fact they're going to set up Anarchy in the Arena featuring the Bucks and the Death Riders taking on Omega, Swerve, and the Ops. It just makes a lot of sense to have that. And that's why you're not going to have your major men's title defended at Double or Nothing, which actually isn't really that shocking. I know it's one of your big four, but at the same time, I love the fact that Kevin Knight and Ricochet are just, they look like they're ready to get nasty with each other. So, and not in that good way. And the fact that Okada is getting the main event or the main spot here says a lot about this here tonight. And the Bucks didn't even get the elevator. I wonder if Okada gets it. Well, the pyro's a little late, but that's okay. Who would have thought that 6 months ago comes up his heads? It's always a good thing. He does. I love Justin Roberts. The way he does that introduction like that. It's very NJPW like. Sorry, I just want to get a note out to everybody. Just trying to get it on the old socials. Just make sure everybody piles it. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, this crowd's already going nuts for it. I'm happy for it. I really do hope that, I hope the Nats fans are the one leading it right now. Can't type right. Figures work today, please. And of course, you know, just the way you get the cheap shot as fast as possible. There we go. Just getting that out there right now. Once again, everybody, thank you for being here. Always appreciate you. As we are getting into a... Well, let's put it this way. If we got the Bucks, Omega, Okada, all on the same... On the opening card, on the opening match of a card, you know you got a good show coming. And that's one of the big things right now, so... Ha! You hear Nick there as he's going up? Lucha Libre! Bye! Maybe it's a special hello to AAA there and the recent acquisition of AAA by WWE. I love this gag. I don't know if you've ever seen this gag. But they'll cause it on a distraction spot. And he'll do this again. Oh, of course, here comes Ricochet, so... So Ricochet will always be the one that gets caught in this, right? No! Okay, he got caught 3 times. All right, now I like this. The 4th time lucky. Rub the bald head. Well, that's how you make a tag. So many bald jokes coming out here tonight. I love it. Just like I love having all of you here tonight. It's a lot of fun. Oh, God, here we go. Now the chaos is starting to form. Now we're starting to get a little chaos-y here. Of course, Ricochet's here to eat the pin, I would think, if it's not going to be Briscoe. Because on that other side, you're not going to have the Jacksons lose. You're not going to... Okada's certainly not losing. I think the only person that's beaten Okada, period, well, Fletcher and Danielson. Danielson was that grand... No, it was a Grand Slam. It was that title defense where... Oh, it was the tournament to see who was going to face Moxley for the title. But Okada was Continental Champion, so the first 20 minutes of the match was a double title match. And then the other 40 minutes was... Oh, God. I wonder what really happened with Hook and the Ops there. And I'll be honest here, chat, looking at the women's title scene right now, if they could set it up that Yamashita wins tonight, even if it's by hook or by crook, thanks to Penelope Ford and Megan Bain, or maybe even a potential return that we have, they could set up Yamashita and Toni Storm for the pay-per-view, which would not hurt my feelings one bit. You could have that for a double or nothing match. And everybody missed an elbow. You missed an elbow. And you missed an elbow. And you missed an elbow. And... Of course, we got Rick Knox in the ring, so he ain't going to know what to do with that. Just a little bit crazy all over the place here, chat. Just to say the least. Oh, a little do-si-do, and away we go. And oh. Oh my God, don't tell me this works. It worked! Double crane kicks to the face. Let's go. At least on Dynamite, the picture-in-picture works properly here. Oi. But yeah, just... You love when you have the action like this and the energy of this. There's been a little bit of comedy in this match. There's been a little bit of spots. There's been a lot of story. But the thing is, a match like this, it's just good to see a good old-fashioned fun. It's just borderline crazy. It's going well. And realistically, we don't have the 1,700 flips that people say you need in this kind of match, especially involving the Bucks. The Bucks are so under, like, it's hard to say that for being one of the greatest tag teams in the history of tag teams, period, that they're really underrated. But I think it's for the fact that they did everything their way, whether it be by promo, whether it be by, whether it be their actions in the ring, whether it be the booking that they do, whether they book themselves around the planet or whether they're still being a solid, just straight up. Just a straight up tag team here. It almost feels like they're the greatest tag team to be underappreciated in many ways. And I do know that when it comes to the Bucks, it's a very love them or hate them kind of relationship when it comes to them. So nice little flap. I love when Okada does a good flapjack because he'll help you get up high. And that's one of the big things. Get right up. And then back down once again. And a move like that will make a big difference in the match. So there we go. That nice little tag into Ricochet now. So, and like I was saying off the top of the show, Ricochet and what he's done over the last, oh God. That actually is pretty cool. Rather than doing the conventional tope con hilo, he actually did he put his knees on the top rope so he could flip over a little easier there. And it makes it a little short, right? A little shorter, works out a little better. And I find that, being able to adapt the way that Ricochet does and just the way things have rolling off the cuff for him and he's just gone with it here. Oh, God, here we go. Northern Lights everywhere. One. Well, Ricochet went to a conventional one. You had Matt just do another Northern Lights. Oh my God, that is hilarious how that did. Let's just put my curls up in there. So yeah, for you American viewers, if you're watching here, just a reminder that Collision is going to be on TBS on Saturday. In Canada, it will not change. It still will be on the USA of Canada channel, which, based on yesterday's election, seems to be somewhat appropriate here in Alberta. Ugh. But I digress. I try not to get into politics on this channel as much as possible. But yeah, we got one more week of regular booking, and then once again, the 14th is going to be a 4-hour... Sorry, my apologies. I screwed that up. We got... Next week is going to be Wednesday, Thursday for Dynamite and Collision. And then the week after that is going to be a double shot of Dynamite Collision on the same day. We're basically getting a PLE with spring break. Or beach break, sorry. And all four faces just said, nope, we ain't taking that move, thank you. We are just going to dump you on your head. I think that's... Well, that'll work. A little bit of flip there. We don't get too much flip, but we get enough flip. But the fact the building's pretty much sold out tonight is just so great. Hey, Zodiac, how you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. I know it's been a little crazy couple days here, and it's been a great match to start off. If you haven't watched from the beginning yet, like I was starting out with the 8-man All-Star tag. The main event's gonna be Fletcher and Hangman, and then Mayu Yamashima and Tony Storm will probably be the top of the second hour. So, oh, nice. I hope it's a job that you were wanting. Like everybody says that they're quitting and they're starting a new job in a few weeks, but sometimes it's not an upgrade. Sometimes it's more recovering for sanity. But I will give you the horn regardless for that. Congratulations on the new job. So we'll actually be able to talk about the new job when you get on here in just 3 weeks away. Like, wow. It is malicious to see grass says greeter up. Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, you got to take the chance if you think it's worth it, but at the same time, uh-oh, Omega's legal now. Throwing out those Polish... Oh. So, Omega Okada just will not touch here. So, Zodiac, I was going to ask you, did you... Grass isn't always greener, but I wish you could... Right? You know what? It not always is, but yeah, STG, you're right on point there. You got to try it out, right? That's the big thing. What in the hell? All right, they're going to do something cool here. No way. Double set. Let's go. There's a nice little tandem move. Went to trades college 2 years ago, 34 years old. It was agreed, but you know what? You just have to... Sometimes you just got to take a risk. Not all risks pay off, and, you know, not everything ends up coming out roses. Just remind yourself of that. Oh my God, they got an actual promo for Northern Rising here, right on TSN during AEW's commercial break here. That's pretty awesome. Scott D'Amore paying for that TV time. And I don't know if you guys heard the match that got announced. Now you're one of the operations supervisors. Hey, if you could take it and it gets better, that works out perfect. If my current job gave you the position, match my pay for my next job, I'd take it. Yeah. I get it. I totally get it. Like, there's reasons why I'm still where I am personally as well. I'd like to get something a little bit more, like, I don't live extravagantly, as you could, well, I guess you can't tell because I got the green screen up, but once I can afford it, I might try to go back so I can stream a little bit more for you guys, and I really want to push this and start going with it there. The games say otherwise. I don't have the Switch 2 STG, and I actually announced last week that I won't be getting it. I won't be getting it right away unless something drastically changes here. So we are doing the farewell to the what happened there? Well, there's a small little thing. I figure, you know what? I'd rather get well, no. I knew I wasn't going to get a first day. I'm on the Nintendo list right now, which starts May 8th. So when they send you an email, you got 3 days to book it and get it. So, and I've had people that actually did do first day actually message me and say they got a couple. So if I want one, feel free. But games can be pretty cheap in the big picture. It's the lack of moderation. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll tell you this, my pile of games back there, which you can see during most of my streams, I got most of them on sale. So bought a new PS5 game. Hey, I was showing it, bought Expedition 33. Well, I have Game Pass, so I don't have to worry about that. But I've heard it's an amazing game. We're probably going to end up playing it sooner than later. But I just got this in the mail yesterday, which my damn green screen, well, come on. There we go. Let's put it there. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. Unfortunately, none of my local game shops had one on first day because, well, they only ordered pre-orders and kept them in, so. It's a fantastic game, maybe the best turn-based. I've watched a lot of streams of it. And you got WWE 2K25, which we are going to start the online mode. I just got to get things organized. Yeah, but I like mindlessly mashing. That's the thing. Like, you know, I am brainless. But yeah, I do want to get Expedition 33 on my list of stuff to do. Wish I could play it on PC. Fair. Thank you for the Mario death there. No, like Briscoe for the hot tag in this match. You know Briscoe's over when he's getting the final hot tag of the match, right? Claire Obscure looks great. Already got too many games this month. Well, here's the thing. Like, and the one advantage I've had, because of coupon deals and earning the points that you get every day by literally just letting my game run for 15 minutes, I don't think I've paid for Game Pass for a good 8 months. Like, I know my phone bill company, they have rewards that go, you can cash in for like a 3-month Game Pass. So I put that on there. Yeah, for 64, you don't see it a whole lot anymore. Like I said, unless I'm going to be played, unless I demand on played side right away. No way does he pin Okada. I was going to say. But yeah, for the month of May, one of the things I want to get going here. Zodiac, HPC Bad Guys, PJC. And we're all going to be doing the online mode. Yeah, Vic, say his name and he appears. His name is HPC. That worked out way too well. I'm doing good. How are you doing tonight? I hope, like I said, I hope everybody's doing well. This is literally like, getting back to the card, this is like one of the best, like, I really want to say one of the best shows of the year, but every week we get that. And I want to give a special shout out right now to Nats fan who's sending me pictures during the show here. Unfortunately, I don't have my X hooked up to my computer, so I can't download them here. Basically, if you're looking for the hard cam, he is second section up further right. But he is in attendance here. It's been pretty damn awesome watching all this from his end, and I love that he's putting things out here. I love that he's enjoying the show, and I love how you guys are doing it as well. But no, Vic, I'm going to get a hold of you and Zodiac over the next couple days. Well, I don't know if I could demand you guys to show up 2 nights a week to do that, but I'm thinking maybe Wednesday nights after Dynamite we could do co-op instead of... I could do co-op instead of singles, but that's an idea I can throw past you guys as we go. But yeah, we'll figure things out as we go here. Maybe we can set up some co-op, and of course you got to do it for charity too, right? So. Oh, and some other news, like one of my favorites. Oh, look out! What do we Deja for Okada? No. Rainmaker missed. Snapdragon, gotta love it. I love this little back and forth all over the freaking place. Well, that's a nice counter if I ever seen one. I know we were talking about a lot of things, but Jesus, watch it. Oh, God. What in the flying fudge are these two doing? No way. Double tombstones, double tombstones into double sentons into a double count. And I mean double as in 2, just not... That sounded better in my head than it did on voice. Sorry. Sorry, chat. Well, there go your kneecaps. And they're going away. Oh, this is pretty awesome here. No way. And the other ball man in the match, breaks it up. Well, I guess Briscoe's voluntarily bald. Ricochet's more of a necessity bald, it looks like. There's layers to this baldness, right? I'm a little bit of both, personally. No way. Jesus! Like, I love how Excalibur puts this. You know, we're getting this as our opening match on a random Wednesday. Like, this isn't like, you know, anything special Wednesday, right? Oh, yeah, here we go. Rainmaker off the close. All right. And the interception on the 25-yard line by everybody. Briscoe in there for the pin, as always. It looks like Briscoe is now the Rocky Romero. Well, I guess I wouldn't say it before. He is the Rocky Romero of the upper card. Like, let's face it, Okada is the, you know, they're going to give Okada wins because that gives him an excuse not to be here. If all he ever does is win and they can't find anybody worth from fighting, then why do you have him here, right? Oh, here we go. Hurt Syndicate in the house. Oh, I love this. That guy literally jumped. Hey, Nats fan. Thank you for lurking. If you guys don't know, give some love to Nats fan here. He is actually at Dynamite tonight in the old Virginia, Norfolk style. For the record, folks, we are 7 days away from Cedric Alexander being cleared off his 90-day. The only reason I remember that is because Isla Dawn mentioned it as well. So, yeah, next Wednesday could be rather... I don't even think they'll do it next Wednesday. I think they'll do it during the 4-hour Wednesday after that. Like, if you're basically doing a PLE on a random Wednesday Dynamite, what better place to have a guy like Cedric show up? Like, I gotta feel we're gonna get some special stuff here, so. But yeah, how many of you here have already gotten your season tickets to Real American Freestyle Wrestling yet? What's that? Would that be the appropriate thing to put there? Like, when Bischoff and Hogan came out and said that they had such a monumental idea and they were waiting for a third man to introduce, like, they all said Cedric when they were asked, who would you like to add to the Hurt Syndicate, the panel? Yeah, that checks. That checks, Vic. Like, who else are they going to say? Like, seriously, they're going to say Max? I don't think so. I honestly feel that Beach Break will be the debut of Cedric Alexander. Makes me wonder where a lot of the other ones are going to go. Like, if you guys didn't hear last Friday, Indy Hartwell signed with Impact Wrestling, which I like the fact she's getting work. It's going to be interesting to see what Impact does next week for their show. Because they're going to be going up against AEW Collision on like head-to-head next Thursday. Like, Collision's getting bounced around all over the place. It's live at its regular time this weekend, but on a different channel. Next week, it's up on Thursday. Because unofficially, they want to stay away from the PLE. Which I don't blame them one bit. Then the week after that, they got beach break, so that it's going to be going right after Dynamite. So, like, yeah. Makes you wonder what? It makes you wonder whether they're going to move permanently off of Thursdays. Oh, we were talking about this earlier. I want to see this. You know what's awesome? And I really do say this. The creative director of Expedition 33 just put out an X post, and I'm just going to put it up right now. She's recommending other indie RPGs that are available right now. Just because they had a ton of success doesn't mean they can hold it back for anybody else. And here come the Ops for their already in the ring match here tonight. This might be the only indication where you get Moxley tonight. That is going to be fun in 2 weeks. I will say that. 4 hours of wrestling. Did Nick Camarado get his beard back? Rhett Titus. Remaster Phantasy Star Online. That's the newest sign for video games. Appreciate that. I don't know. I'm not a big fantasy. I'm not a very knowledgeable, let's put it that way, on Phantasy Star Online. Yeah, give us PS01 back. Hey, that'd work. Oh, God. Oh, God. That, like, Titus, you really shouldn't have chopped Joe. Don't piss Joe off. It's like Diablo in third person. Okay. Makes sense. Joe pulling out all the classics here. Is he not going to do the nope spot? I'd like to see Shibata do the nope spot. He hasn't done it yet, has he? Oh, Camarado coming in. But I do like the fact Camarado got his beard back, and there was basically a point where he basically turned into a bald Brian Cage. They shaved him bald completely. Shibata chopping that guy like a tree. Nice little pump kick. All right, well, that gets your point in the match. I do find it funny that Hobbs is probably going to come in for a spy buster. That's it here. And Joe's holding on, and it's funny. Miles is like, no, let me get out of here. Let me out of here. Oh God, this is going to be nasty. Nice little power slam. You're not getting no meat chance. This is not buying Shibata, no selling chops or Colorado. Well, no, he's like in Star Wars. Remember how they have you could transfer your mind to... Oh, no, that was Street Fighter. Never mind. Street Fighter the movie. One of the greatest movies of all time. When Honda was getting beaten up in the torture chamber, and Honda just said he moved his spirit to somewhere else. You know I'm talking about the Street Fighter movie because it's probably more exciting than what this match is right now. I got a feeling that these guys are going to be defending the titles a little bit more often. Oh, here we go. Death Rider spot. Hobbs has the potential to be the smoothest body slams of all time. Yeah, Yuta, you might have a few problems here. Joe Moxley going at it again. And got the choke off for a third time now. And Moxley's giving the FU to the cameraman. Well, Shibata's done. Mox is like, yeah. We got you. We got you right where we wanted you. Oh, God. I don't like that look on Joe. I love that look on Joe.
You know, it seems to me John Moxley likes to come out here and act like he's a boss. But it seems like when we start throwing hands, he acts like a little bitch.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Now, Mox, you came out here weeks ago and you begged for me. You said you wanted me one-on-one. And all I'm trying to do is give you what you want. But unfortunately, it seems like you don't really want that.
Yeah, I turned it up a little bit during the promo here for you.
I say, let's give you and the people what they want. And it's very simple. If I'm gonna fight you for the AEW World Championship,
Cage.
cowardly son of a bitch,
Hey, Astrid.
let's do it inside the steel cage.
Yes, Cage. No Brian Cage, but we got a steel cage. Oh, this is gonna be fun. How you doing, Astrid? Hope you're doing well here tonight. Oh, I can't wait. And then when Mox screws out screws Joe for the title here, we're going to end up getting it's funny. Medical couldn't help him during the promo. Oh, that Double or Nothing card is really starting to shape up well. Just for literally the first two matches being announced. Osprey Fletcher or Osprey Hangman. And we got Monet and Hayter, which...
Mercedes Monet, thank you so much for sitting down to talk to me. Thanks for having me. You know, when I was preparing for this interview, I was thinking back to the first time that we got to sit down like this here in AEW. Something I kept coming back to was how you were saying that you were on a global mission. That's right, a global mission.
So she wants to get the global wide field for the global mission.
The New Japan Strong Women's Champion, the Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Champion. And don't forget, the greatest TBS
It's a long weekend for... Oh, that's right. It's Memorial Day weekend for you guys.
tournament. The final,
That's all. It's always been a tradition that way.
you versus Jamie Hayter. And the winner of that match goes on to a shot at the AEW Women's Championship at All In Texas. I can go on about honoring the legacy of Owen Hart, and you know the Harts, they have a really special place in my heart, sure. But let's get real. This is not about them. It's about me and my legacy. I mean, I was just over a year
Really?
when my first
That might be the first indicator right there that she might not be winning this.
What makes you think that this time's going to be any different? Yeah, okay, well, let's talk Jamie Hayter here. She's a former AEW Women's Champion. She's 11-2. That aside, let's just look at the tail of the tape here, because physically, she is both bigger and stronger than you. Do you think that you're underestimating Jamie? Renee, no, of course not. Look, I've been in AEW for over a year. And what am I? Undefeated. So if you want to talk about
Seems like Mercedes is starting to get a little irritated.
impressive, of course. I know. Isn't that impressive? Because I've been the very best women here in AEW. I mean, hell, I've been the very best women all over the globe. I am the best.
I'd love to see Jamie Hayter give her first loss at Double or Nothing, thanks to Athena.
Runs on money time. Because every time I step into that ring, I change.
Because really, a title for title at Double or Nothing is not going to be the best thing for AEW, I feel.
She's tough, she's scrappy, and she reminds me a lot like myself. Except for the terrible Scooby-Doo style. I mean, she wants to be a champion. A champion can't look like a freaking cartoon. Guys, Double or Nothing, you do not want to miss this.
I love the fact that they're just literally cutting it right now as she started to go into the style part. So yeah, for those in America, you're not seeing this, but in Canada, they have an ad for Northern Rising here for Maple Leaf Pro. Just, I love the fact that Maple Leaf Pro has got enough money in their budget to actually do TSN advertising. It's not cheap. Trust me, I used to have, like, even local radio. We used to have advertising for our former partner with Backbreaker here. And yeah, it ain't cheap. I could just imagine what national TV costs. But yeah, I honestly feel it's haters to win, but knowing what's going on lately, you just could get Tony Khan and end up being, screw it, we're going to put our two most well-known wrestlers in the main event, and then we don't have anything else going on. Because apparently, like, everybody knows I subscribe to Sean Ross Sapp, and he did have a report that came out today that literally the main events of All In are being held very close to the chest. There's, like, nobody knows who's really going to win at Double or Nothing. And they're not even mentioning on the other side, like, who's going to have the titles by then. So, once again, like I said, I think Yamashita wins tonight. There might be a possibility of her winning thanks to some help from maybe Penelope, maybe Megan Bain, maybe somebody else. That somebody else would be a bit of a long shot here. But yeah, and on the men's side, like, we're either getting Fletcher Osprey 4 or we're getting or else we're getting Hangman Osprey, which I don't care which way you go. That is just fun. That's a great setup one way or the other here. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all these matches coming up. I'm looking forward to what's happening in the future here. Looking forward to hanging out with all of you because we're having a ton of fun here. But for all those on YouTube, once again, thank you for being here. I did manage to get a pinned comment tonight to let you know we are streaming on Twitch as well. And we will be continue on with Twitch after we're done here with a little WWE 2K25 My GM mode. But if you are watching on the YouTube chat, please hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. They're both free. And they'll let you know a lot easier about when we go live. And also with this crazy collision schedule, it's a lot easier to figure it out based on my sidecast than just try to figure it out throughout, just try to, meander the TV guides and such.
The patriarchy and the Ring of Honor television champion Nick Wayne. Nick, next week you have the best of the Super Juniors. What does it mean to you to represent AEW in New Japan?
Actually, as the patriarch and the leader of this family, I would appreciate all questions being directed to Jay Lethal. What can I do for you?
Actually, you can't. Because I'm here to talk to the champ. See, Nick, there's no secret that a majority of the people here believe that you are incredible in the ring because you truly are. But you're young, and you still got a lot to learn. In fact, you still got a lot to prove. So, how about you prove something tonight? How about the longest reigning Ring of Honor television champion versus the youngest champion in this company's history?
I don't know. I'm not really warmed up, and I'm not prepared to wrestle tonight.
Oh, and here comes Christian with his...
He accepts.
Hey, see you out there, champ.
You want to be a champion? Get your damn head in the game. Looks like we got a little match for tonight, eh?
Yeah, no, this is how he loses the title before he goes across the... Jay Lethal as the TV champ? That'd actually be a pretty cool moment if you ask me. There we go. I turned it down a little bit now that we get through the promos. The fact that the champ's coming out first is a little weird to me tonight. Like, I can understand it more so from getting a popularity scale on who's more popular. That is a definite way to call people out. Any bitch that has the itch. Okay, I like this. All right, so now I got the name right, Yamashita. No, I'm liking this. And I really do hope that she wins tonight. Just to, like, let's do a double or nothing match with these two. Run it through again. I love Riccaboni there. Just Riccaboni knows how to tell a story as well as call a match. He might, with all due respect to everybody else out there, I feel that Riccaboni might actually be the best in the business right now. Yeah, Anna Jay won hers, beating Mariah May, and then ended up losing that one match. And then that one with Rio, that was just weird. Not that I don't think that Rio wasn't ever a bad choice to get in that title picture. It's just the way that match ended for like the whole no title change there and that. It just felt like it felt really flat in the end, but this is actually really fun to have at the top of the second hour here. And it looks like the crowd's trying to turn into British fans here. Don't bring up the word Bailey during a women's match. Seriously, it's going to bring up the Bay EW here coming up. Or Bailey W. That's what it is. Sorry, my apologies, Zodiac. I screwed that one up there. No, we are Tony's got to make sure to keep this a very basic match at this point. But here's the thing. They need to get a lot of more of these promos out before the match. Just because, you want to get somebody you can get behind, right? Well, Mayu just said, no, I don't care what's going on. We are going to... Because that strike went really... That straight kick in the corner, that did remind me of Mike Bailey quite a bit. Oh, no. I'm pretty sure that there's some OnlyFans pages that would pay good money for that. Oh! And that was a severe kick in the ass. OnlyFans users are sickos. They pay for anything. Let's be fair enough. That is completely... That's completely fair, I would say. Not that I would know, but, just from what I've heard, they're all sickos and whatnot. But, yeah, let's just pile away from that one right now. But, yeah, oh my, just throw a knee right in the corner there. Okay. As we're moving forward, well, king shape, but the hub is free. Well, there you go. It's all about save that money. But, so just think, we randomly are going to get Nick Wayne and Jay Lethal tonight, which I think could be a title change. I don't know if they want to send the Ring of Honor TV title over to Japan for 3 weeks because Nick Wayne's going to be there. It's pretty much the entire month of May that they have the Best of Super Juniors going on. It's essentially what the round robin is 6 matches for each wrestler. Or sorry, 7 matches, I believe, for every wrestler, because I believe there's 16 people in it. So Nick Wayne actually did put out on X his schedule coming up. So, and the thing is, each wrestler is wrestling like they get like I think it's 2 and then 3 and then 3, or 2, 3, 2 and then semis and finals. Basically, you got to finish top 2 with your group and then crossovers and finals. So, but it is wrestling. They can change it around whatever way they feel like, really. So, sort of like the NBA on who they get to pick who wins what. So, yeah, I threw that out there just for the hell of it. But honestly, I feel like this is actually a really solid match for Tony, and just giving her a chance to work on a high level of competition here. And you're actually showing that everyone coming out of Stardom or Tokyo Joshi Pro is a worthy contender over here. Like, having that is actually a pretty big bonus for a lot of people. Hey, KJ, how's it going? Good to see you here tonight. Congratulations on the graduation. Like I said, there's going to be some big things coming up this month. Well, here you go. There's another one to add to the list here. Just KJ just pop it up here to start the month of May. Well, she passed her courses, so I don't know if it's a full graduation. One more year to grab, but didn't make it. Yeah, well, with all due respect, the fact that you're going for being a paramedic, that managed to make it to his second year is pretty much one of the best things you could do right now. Because you know those standards have to be super high. And Yamashita's just saying nope. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun tonight. Like, AEW's cooking. I think it's the best way to explain it. AEW is absolutely cooking these days. Now I get to enjoy video games and the WNBA starting up. How do you feel about the 2 newest franchises in the PWHL that just were announced this week? There's a lot of hockey notes come down in the last 24 hours. We got Vancouver and Seattle as our next 2 teams. They got a ton of momentum and showing the absolutely. And we also got an announcement tonight that Utah is now going to be called the Mammoth for the NHL. Which, okay. Not my first pick of a team name, but I was preferred Yeti, just because, you know, we got Tony Schiavone with the epic call of their team name all the time. The Yeti. But yeah, speaking of video games, I'll have to set up a time where we can do Split Fiction. Got to get into that. I've watched a few streams of that, and it's just so much fun to be a part of there. And apparently Sydney Sweeney is going to be playing one of the characters in the Split Fiction movie. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but at the same time, wow. So excited to start that up. Yeah. The only thing I got to figure out here is to get my audio from the game into my mixer now, because I switched mixers from before, and PlayStation doesn't play well. My new capture card doesn't play nice with my mixer. So, oh god. Well, no. Well, it looks like my idea of Eliminator is gone. Who the hell is screaming like that? Well, you know that hip attack was extra dangerous because it got all tenderized to start up, right? Oh, there is nothing I can't fix that doesn't involve more cables. So now Mercedes is already coming out here to... Are they just trying to treat Jamie like a formality? I still say it should be Jamie Hayter, but shut up and say hello. This is sort of... Well, this is going to fix this problem. Ha! They're not even going to let Jamie talk and just beat the crap out of her. And she lost the title. I was watching the Habs game, forgot it was AEW wins. Hey, I don't blame you right now. It is hockey season. There's a lot of playoff games going on. Well, let's face it. We were talking about that with, it was a sad game. The channel is, I haven't been able to check the ticker, but I'm assuming that oh my God. Zodiac, don't let me forget. I got some special news for you. I got this news report that came down this week. That I don't know if you heard it, but I think it'd be very important for you to hear. Well, oh, this is going to be fun. Well, they got enough people, so it wouldn't hurt my feelings if they ended up actually in the top of the mountain. My God, that's just sad. All right. Just as we're getting up to Hurt Syndicate here, there is some breaking news, Zodiac. I just got this report. Somebody asked Don Callis specifically, and it turns out that Don Callis seems to be an expert in the field. He believes that Sweden 2 has a better legacy than Sonic Adventure. Do with that what you will. For those that have no idea what I'm talking about, do yourself a favor, go over to Patreon and look up Retro Hangover. The episode this week was epic. Well, Doug Callis is a twat. I just wanted to, let's see what kind of knife we could I just want to throw it out here, folks. I know you guys got to listen to it to understand this, but when talking about legacy between Suikoden 2 and Sonic Adventure, this man here had me rolling in my work truck to the point where I almost hit somebody. I was laughing so hard. Oh, no problem at all. I love your podcast, and the fact I got to that rant was so epic. I didn't it, and the fact, you have this background as you're driving and working, and it just came out of nowhere, and I'm just sitting there, I can feel the steam coming out of your ears out of that. And of course, Max has to come out to intercept this right now. Everybody's favorite scumbags here. Dun 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 dun. Now, I just find it so funny that it's Owen season, and they're having MJF try to join in with this Hurt Syndicate. It just feels like Owen Hart trying to join the Nation kind of feel. Granted, we are a little more educated here in 2025 than they were in 1997. Recorded that about a year ago, so I barely remember what I said. I just knew they were spending way too much time on site. That was obvious and no good points. Zodiac, with all due respect, the fact that you had to type up that much to talk about it knows how much you were fired up about it. Because literally that was a 3-minute rant. He's still calling him Bob.
You have a good car ride in, bud?
Vehicular, theft. Grand Theft Auto, I do believe it's called. And it's not the game that's coming out in a few weeks, months, 3 years from now. There's two. Now we're going Roberto. I'd be turning around. If you could beat me, you're in the Hurt Syndicate. He's got the crowd eating out of the palm of the head just by a little rotation of a thumb. Quick down, go down, get it. Oh, I love this. This is what you do for beach break. Lashley turns around and says, if he could beat me, he could join us.
You know what, Bob? I think I'm about sick of your shit. What is it exactly that you want? Almighty, I've given you women, I've helped you win matches, money, cars. What is it that would intrigue you? Oh, I got an idea. How about some Rogaine?
Oh.
You big bald son of a bitch!
MVP and Shetler are like, yeah, we're out. We're out. We're out. Gets old fast. Well, there you go. I think he fixed it the way that he needs to here. We are. I'd love to see him come in here and hurt Lashley just to prove a point that we hurt people. You run your mouth too much, man. But yeah, I could see this going 2 more weeks. Then you got Alexander coming in, and that's where you set that up and just, no, we don't need you, period. MJF is my favorite girl failure.
What the hell is that?
Maybe it's a phrase I don't get. Maybe I'm too old for this. I don't know. But this is, that promo there, it is turning into more of a getting serious into a wrap-up point here, but I got a feeling this one's not as much of a hit as the rest of them have been. It's very short. I do like Lashley finally saying, look, this is what I'm angry about. So what do you guys think about this trio of Stoke and FTR? I think it makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways. Not that Dax and Cash really need somebody to talk for them, but it's a different kind of talk. Like, when it comes to Dax and Cash, they're more the very old school Southern promo most of the time. There's enough stories there to end that, so. But having Stoke in there sort of he can switch things up a little bit more. So to me, it actually feels like a very smart choice. But I don't know if we're ever going to see FTR get those titles in the immediate future here. Champion coming out first again. I love the fact that Wade doesn't even get his full intro. Christian screws him out of the title tonight. This is where it all breaks down. It's where it all comes down and falls apart. So, yeah, 20-minute time limit. I don't like the fact Bobby Cruz isn't here to announce it, but for one match, I don't think he's going to... They're not going to bring him down for one match specifically. But the fact that Lethal's getting this and not Jarrett, it just seems weird. Like, when's the last time we actually saw Jay Lethal in an AEW ring? It's been a while. Holy crap. Blue Jays actually decided to do something tonight. Six at the bottom of the seventh. All right. For once, the Blue Jays learned how to hit a home run. So, yeah, Nick Wayne's going to hold the title for all of 2 weeks before he heads over to Japan. Cap's about to move on, yeah. That's what Kayla was talking about earlier as well. And Caps and Canes, I don't know. Might not be the most exciting series in the world, I think, if you ask me. Shout out to the Canadians, though. Like, they didn't even deserve to be... Like, nobody planned on them heading into the playoffs. Yes, they did stumble in eventually. But at least they're not going to choke away their playoff spot like the Maple Leafs. Oh, it's been a great 24 hours. Just watching Leafs Nation melt after one loss. They're still up 3-2. Everybody's like, yeah, there's no chance. They are not coming back. And I'm loving every second of it. Big quiet in Toronto the last 2 games, yeah. Like, I did actually repost some stuff from Steve Dangle, and just watching his reaction is just the fact that it's like the entire town wants to burn the team down if they lose this one. Which really, it's not the worst choice in the world either. Tampa getting knocked out would be great. Hey. Florida knows how to win. Now it's going to be a little tougher with Ekblad out, right? Time for a 58-year drought. Maple Leafs fans are more thirsty for a cup than you are when Megan Bain comes out. So I'll just leave it there for that, Zodiac. It is, yeah. It's going to get to the point where, grandparents aren't going to be able to see a Leafs win. Granted, for me, the last time that the Oilers won, I think I was 12, so it's sort of, KJ, if you watch the last 5 periods of that series, you know they aren't losing tomorrow. I'm not even an Oilers fan anymore just because of past transgressions that they hired last summer. Like, I'll watch them if they're around, but I won't do anything. But I haven't seen such a dominating performance than I have since the third period of Game 4. Like, no, the last game, shots in the first, I think, were something like 15-3. And as soon as LA scored the first goal, the Oilers get a second one like 10 seconds later. And LA couldn't get a sniff. Like, literally nothing. It's almost like, yeah, it literally feels like that. It feels like, best example for anybody that doesn't watch hockey, here, I'll explain it to you guys in the best way I can. Let's go back to AEW Revolution. Not Dynasty, but Revolution. You guys remember the match between the Hurt Syndicate and the Outrunners? Where the first part of the match was competitive. And all of a sudden, MVP gathers the Hurt Syndicate together and says, boys, who are we facing here? We should be dominating this. And then they absolutely go out and wreck them in like 2 minutes flat. Like, that's basically what's happening right now. In between the second and third period of Game 4, somebody said something, but it's to the point where they're just like, yeah, you need to know who you are. And now they do. And yeah, it has not been close. Maybe close on scoreboard, but not close in play. And frankly, like I said before, after this year, I have barely watched any Oilers games, period. I'd rather be on here with you guys, to be honest. But I have been keeping tabs here a little bit, but it just seems that no matter what happens, now they decide to catch a gear like they did last year. The only difference is they had to catch their gear 30 games into the season. Now they can wait until the playoffs. Like, and the fact that they're winning with their backup goalie in the net the whole time, that's just, yeah. I have to say that it's the best example I could give you right now about what's going on there. And the Vegas-Minnesota series, I really hope that Minnesota wins the next two. At least the next one, let it go 7. If Minnesota could pull that victory off of Vegas, and then you get an Edmonton, Minnesota. I'm just saying Edmonton wins just because I'm pretty sure that's the case at this point. Well, you're never sure, but you're sure sometimes. And as we come back from the commercial break here, Edmonton, Minnesota might be one of the easier series for the Oilers to get through, but it's also the fact that we get Marc-Andre Fleury a few extra playoff games just because he deserves them. But it's nice here to see Wayne get a lot of ring time on TV as they're going through. And it's funny because Wayne's going to have to get used to having to deal with this kind of match every single night in the Best of Super Juniors. Because once you get involved in that tournament, you got some of the best wrestlers in the world. Whether that be the best up and coming or just best period. Just go, go, go tonight. Like for, what is it, seven nights and then plus playoffs? Do I expect Nick Wayne to make the playoffs? Not unless there's politics involved. I think there'd be a good... I think there'll be a good showing for Wayne out there. He might get a couple wins, but I don't think... Like, the fact that Takeshita got such a good pop from being there. And just, well, Takeshita is pretty much the best champion in the world right now without a North American title. Go over the macho elbow. Whoa, nice counter. A little roll through. Uh-oh. Not the cleanest reversal there by Wayne, but I guess still got the job. Oh, God, here we go. So he's countered all 3 finishers of Lethal. All right, so yeah, he counted all 3 finishers. Now he's going to go for Wade's World. Fisherman Buster? Nick Wade using a Fisherman's Buster. I guess Wayne's World doesn't work every single time. That doesn't work for me, brother. Ha! Yeah, I can. Then he's going to hit him over the head. Christian is the king of psychological gimmicks here, so I don't know which way this is going to go. So yeah, he's got 3 weekends around Robin, then the playoffs come up for Best of Super Juniors, so. Okay. All right, well, don't hype it up that much. So what's the plan with Sabian? Who knows at this point? He might be the lackey once Christian actually starts getting back into the ring. And I got a feeling that's probably more than likely what it's going to be. Like, he just wanted a father figure coming back, right? All right, as we're getting the promo for Double or Nothing here. See, they wanted to hype up that cage match there for that announcement. It felt a little flat for me. I do like the fact, by the way, I do like the fact that Sabian's at least getting on TV a little bit. But the fact that Christian isn't actually working isn't really helping Sabian in that matter, so. So they actually got some spare time here, so they're actually breaking down matches here before we get into our main event match. I still feel that they're going to get more fans in there than the Coyotes did. As they're breaking down the brackets here as we go along. I don't know, looking through this, I feel that this might be the best Owen Hart tournament we've had yet. Like, of course, we got to go through the finals, and I don't think any of the finals are going to disappoint for us. Like, Jamie Mercedes is going to be a lot of fun. Will and whichever is going to be just as great. Once again, look at the Tron, look at the outfit. This is actually really cool. A cool fact that I didn't realize until we got going here. Every week they change the color of his Tron to match his gear. If they could start doing that a little bit more, for some other wrestlers, unless you're doing Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, which they wear the same gear. I digress. Sorry, it's one of my biggest pet peeves in wrestling is when two wrestlers wear the same color gear because you can't tell one apart from further away. I think one chose the same color to piss the other. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the point. The fact that the gear looked even similar too. So, does Hangman lose at home? Let me do a little foreshadowing for you guys, and if you hear me out. Do you guys remember something that happened about, let's go about 40 minutes ago? Like 40 minutes ago, a certain individual told somebody to do something. Yes, either way, I don't care. It's going to be nuts for... Yeah, like... I honestly feel that MJF's going to get involved and going to cost Hangman the match and then beat the piss out of him after. See, you're listening to Callis here, and he just sounds like a Sweekenden fan. And you know he bought the original 6 copies, right? So he's trying to make sure that he talks about the legacy of it because that'll bring the value of it up. All 6 of them. I was hoping you'd pick up on that one. You see where I'm pitching here. But yeah, in all seriousness, though, like, if you look back at the other tournaments, has there been any, like, last year's was pretty stacked when Danielson ended up winning over Hangman to get to All In. Don't worry, a YouTube video made 10 years after it came out was really good. I'm just going to keep throwing that dollar for you. You get the free ones. Taz, you've been here 75 years. You've been in this business 75 years. It feels like 75 years with him around, but... No, once again, everybody, just thank you for being here, and we'll have to go through the rundown of everything coming up this week after the match because, well, they didn't give us a real break in between like they traditionally do. Because I do have a little bit of a scheduled change. I'm actually doing a recording for another show that I'm doing here up in another week, so I'm actually getting myself out in the world a little bit more. Granted, it's the same podcast, but it's still, you know, it's a game that I really like, but not usually really my background here for a lot of it, so. That's a good old spanking if I ever saw one. Any goodwill for this week's episode will be eradicated next week. That's fair. One thing I've learned about the King of Games tournament, you don't have a lot of fighting game fans on there. So I'm not that concerned. There was one week where I remember when Street Fighter 3 was in there and it got, it was Street Fighter 3 and it got absolutely wallpapered. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, I can understand it. We going picture in picture or we going commercial? Picture in picture. But no, what I've also... I guess we got a commercial break, so I can sort of do a pseudo setup of what's going on around here. I'm actually getting my refresher course back in on Hot Shots Golf for the PS1. It's available on PlayStation Extra. I believe it's Extra. I got the top tier, so it's on that one. And I'll be recording an episode of Remember the Game here this week for it. And then... couldn't believe the result what I saw, but when I listened to it, I thought, well, yeah, that couldn't have gone the other. Yeah, exactly. No, and Zodiac, basically, I just looked at myself and I'm like, fighting games are always taking an uphill battle. Like, literally, how much of an uphill battle has this thing been going through so far? With the fact that some of their guest characters are, while they're popular people, fighting game fans are just all over it and not very happy about it. Like, I got Pocket Bravery that just came out the last week, and yeah, I'm just used to, fighting games are the redheaded stepchild of video games. It's just the way it is. And that's, well... That's an old term that, young people won't understand, and I hope they never do, because if it came true these days, it would not be a very good thing. But, so yeah, just to summarize, I will be on tomorrow with Link's Awakening. We're going to try and hammer through quite a bit of that. No stream Friday. I got to work Friday night. Saturday, I will be here with AEW Collision, as well as another week of WWE 2K25 My GM. Whether it be the PLE or the Go Home show, depends on how much we get done tonight. We'll take a look at the clock. I think we're just going to do 1 week today. No stream Sunday, but I will be back on Monday, and we'll play it by ear how we're going to go on Monday, because once again, like, I got Kayla with Split Fiction. I got you, Zodiac, as well as HPC Bad Guys, as well as PJC, who we're going to look to get into some online My GM. Plus, I'm looking at a fundraising campaign coming up, so... But yeah, just best thing for you to do, if you're on YouTube right now, just hit the like button, hit subscribe, just to let you know that what's going on. Anytime a video drops over on this channel or our Backbreaker_gaming channel. And for those on Twitch, just once again, hit that follow button if you haven't already. Let you know exactly when we go live. And then if you really like what you see, consider subscribing. Every dime that we get here goes towards the channel, so... So yeah, oh my God, Fletcher. Why is it every time? Fletcher's got to have some kind of gnarly little mark somewhere. 1,000 stitches. SNK just trying to track the lottery. Fighting game fans need to be happy about anything that grows their community that often dips into dead territory. Well, look at what's happening with Tekken right now. They mixed the mechanics up, and STG can talk about it more than I can. because I haven't played it enough lately, and I don't play it at a high enough level to really make a difference. But some of the biggest competitors in Tekken are just, yeah. Some of the biggest competitors in Tekken are moving over to call City of the Wolves or Street Fighter 6 right now. Jesus. Hangman just poo. Yeah, they basically did some upgrades to the mechanics that just absolutely blech to the game. We get a Lady Frost sighting? Have to see it real fast. The lady behind me said, just for booing Hangman, it should be deported out of Virginia. Don't even talk about that. Perfect time for Soul Calibur to make a comeback. Hey, I'm with you on that. Brody King, Josh Alexander. Saturday might be a pretty good night to watch some wrestling. This is going to be a lot of fun coming up. So we got Dynamite Beach Break and Collision Beach Break. Are they going to do that stupid thing again? She's drug talk when I'm back at the car. Fair enough. Oh, God. Well, I guess in the fact you are trying to boo the hometown guy, well, hometown-ish guy at home. But I'm glad you're having a good time there, Nats fan. I appreciate you chiming in. For those that are just popping in here, Nats fan is actually in Virginia right now, in Norfolk at the arena. If you're watching from the hard cam, he's to your right, further back up a little bit, but still some great seats. Nah, folk. Hammers Creek Jones. Attaboy, Taz. So yeah, don't forget tonight after we're done here. Should be coming up in about 10 minutes here. We're going to get some 2K25 going on here. So got to figure out what our main event's going to be this week. We might end up playing that ladies card tonight. I'm not sure. Might set that up for next week. Yeah, the Norfolk Scope. One of the most famous spots in wrestling history, especially during the Attitude Era. The day where they took the infamous tank down to the Norfolk Scope. In the battle between WCW and, well... Uh-oh, look out. Between WCW and WWF. Go for a Brave Buster on the apron. All right. Hangman's dead. Would say Norfolk's more of a Navy town. Fair enough. Well, it makes sense when the Norfolk Scope is what we're talking about there. Does he go for a second Brave Buster outside? The hardest part of the ring. I hate that phrase of the passion. Well, that sucked. Canadian Destroyer. Nope. the hell? I think that's the best way to explain that. Holy crap. So, I have a very interesting discussion. I saw Kate from Fightful actually brought this up, and I wanted to ask you guys here while we got a little bit of a break during the main event here. And it sort of relates as the winner of this match is going to be going on to face Will Ospreay. Kate mentioned that Io Sky is the best counter wrestler in wrestling right now. In terms of, countering somebody's move, doing it, go to something else. I've always said Will Ospreay is the king of the Y button. And for video game terms, if you play 2K, Y is the reversal button. Now, if you had to pick somebody for a counter wrestler, who would you pick? Would it be Io Sky? Would it be Will Ospreay? I would agree. She makes everything look so easy and different every time. That's the thing. I love how she's such a great Zack Sabre. Hey, I would not argue with that one there, Zodiac. Just go there. Like, he is the king of technical wrestling. Like, as much as they try to put Bryan Danielson in that little... Sabre, when he's willing to go, he will absolutely rip everybody apart. Oh, officially gone. Sorry about the, sorry for the Habitant fans here. Can't be disappointed about the season, but unfortunately the Capitals move on here, so I think she's just so creative. However, I don't know about number one, maybe like 1B. I still think, and that's the biggest thing right now, and this is where these comparisons can be a lot of fun. I think when you're looking at Zack Sabre and you're looking at Io Sky and you're looking at Will Ospreay, they all have a viable statement for number one. I think Ospreay, just because of the way he's built, can do a lot more different moves than what Sabre can. I think Sabre can counter any move into something specific. It's just not... You can't use the power game for it as much as some of the other ones can. And then Io Sky is just such a gifted grappler, not only on the mat, but on the ropes and with the aerial attack, in ways that even I don't think Will Ospreay could keep up with. So it really is like a three-way circle there of who would you really could go with. And that's why I think it's such a fascinating question to ask. As we just come off a superplex and right back to TV here with about 5 minutes to go here. They will run overtime. They'll allow this to happen. I wonder what's going to happen on Wednesday, though, for us in Canada here for the 4-hour beach break. Is that going to be all on TSN? Or are we going to have to switch channels halfway through? So, yeah, they're trying to turn All In into another WrestleMania week. Like Supercard of Honor officially has been moved to All In weekend instead. They moved Death Before Dishonor down to September. Which I know a lot of the ROH stand, the ones that are real traditionalists for ROH are really upset about, but the main reason is they want to make All In the focus of wrestling season period. Just like TNA tries to make Bound for Glory their feature weekend, just like WWE tries to make WrestleMania their weekend. God, do I love that. that pop-up Liger bomb like that.
Yeah, that powerbomb was brutal. Fletcher, like you said, man, barely kicked out, but he was able to, but it was close. One of these
Yeah, I do think that MJF comes out to run some interference here at some point here. I love how they say no more breaks, and there's just going to be... watch, they'll randomly bring up a picture here in 20 minutes. If this match ends up going that long. Oh, God. Reversal. Deadeye. Deadeye only gets a 2. Looks like he's going to have to go for the buckshot, and I think that might be where MJF pops in. It only makes sense to do that, right?
about this sport is what we're seeing in front of us right now. The two men pushing each other to the brink. Fans, we mentioned that collision coming up this Saturday live, 8/7 Central on
So yeah, for people that you could tell they're running over time because they're giving the collision rundown right now instead of waiting till the end of the match. Yeah, let's not worry. My God, last ride power bomb. Or Splash Mountain Bomb, whatever way you want to call it, depending on which promotion you're looking at. Look what's happened here tonight. This is basically a mini PLE right now. On another random Wednesday where it just turned out great all the way around. Nice up kick. Gonna get that Brave Buster in this time? Nope, reversal. Well, not gonna get that buckshot that way. I love how Callis gives like as much of a a-hole that he is, the fact that he gets to give this kind of commentary for exactly what you got to do with these moves, how to protect them and everything. Uh-oh. Deadeye on the hardest part of the ring. What are you doing, Hangman? And he just... Fletcher, awesome job of just being there at the right spot at the right time. It's actually more of a straight man, yeah. The low blow to the Brave Buster. That look on Fletcher's priceless. Oh my, are we actually going to get Hangman and Ospreay? This hometown crowd is fired up. I think we're all fired up. This is actually turning out really well. The low blow didn't win it, but it's going to help him win it. Fletcher did Callis go back and sit out on commentary? I don't think so. That doesn't make sense. Oh, he did go back to commentary. Okay. Yeah, I do think having Callis work a bit of a straight man during both just shows his analytical side to it. And that's why he's trying to prove that he is when it comes to being a manager. What's he got planned? No way. Well, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I'm not hating this. But we're getting a Hangman and Ospreay. Like, let that soak in. At the pay-per-view, we are going to get Hangman Adam Page and Will Ospreay. And the winner goes after the title. I seriously thought it was going to be Fletcher. It just made sense. You know what? This match doesn't make sense feud-wise, but entertainment-wise, the fact that we've never seen this matchup before, this is going to be a lot of fun. In a way, it almost looks like we have 4 faces almost as the final, because they're trying to treat Mercedes as a face. Let's face it, she's a heel, so that's sort of a moot point, but... But that is a... Wow. And Fletcher's going to get a world title. I think we all can see it, that he is the future of AEW. This is going to be a wild pay-per-view. I'm really hoping Triller puts up a double shot for it, so if they could get a double shot of Double or Nothing and All In as one payment, I would be all over that like nothing, but... But I feel that we got to get... we're going to get a Hangman and MJF somehow through this, or we still could, like, remember we were going all the way back to Swerve and Hangman versus the Bucks. We were thinking about that a while. The thing is right now with AEW, the way they're cooking, the way that things are going, and like tonight was an absolute great example of how great things have been playing. You get the opportunity to face so many different people, have so many different great matchups, and you just get to be... Everything's just so damn fantastic. I think it's the best way to put it. Like, this could be one of the better shows that has been going on with AEW for a while. Like, in terms of overall what we've done, there's many ways you can consider this to be the worst show they've had in a while. But that's only because the other ones have been like 7-star matches. This one being 6 stars, just makes it ordinary, if that's a way to put it. But tonight, like, just fantastic all the way over the board here. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen on Saturday. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week. Because next week... we got a Wednesday, Thursday setup, so they got to book some big stuff for Collision to go up against TNA. So, because there's a possibility we could get Hendry versus Williams next Thursday. Just thinking about everything that's been going on here. So, but yeah, with that being said, I think that's where we're going to wrap up this part of the show here. With AEW Dynamite. Once again, thank you everybody for watching. For those on Twitch, hang on here. We're going to go a commercial break and fire up 2K25. For those over on the YouTube channel, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe. And I have put a pinned comment in there with the link to our Twitch channel. We are going to be firing up 2K25, just like I mentioned. Due to copyright stuff and that, and the fact that we're putting the VOD on the Backbreaker Gaming YouTube channel, we're actually going to actually have to end the stream on that half over right now. So we will be back on next time on YouTube. We'll be on this Saturday for AEW Collision. Lady Frost, against Tony Storm, Josh Alexander, Brody King. You know they're going to come up with a couple other absolute doozies. Like, that's what AEW does now. It's not even close to what, things just go absolutely crazy there, personally. So, but with that being said, thank you everybody over on the YouTube channel. And we will see you all here on Saturday for AEW Collision. Take care, everybody. Alrighty.